but Vahvuus got clear in the final stages, back to 1,000, and Vahvuus goes on to score by about 4 lengths.
Yeah, really good result there for that mare, wasn't she? She'd been close to the mark for quite a while, and finally everything went her way, and she won quite easily. Great to have a winner up there at Dunkeld anyway, so it was good. Yeah, back to the 1,000 metres and on top of the ground, I think it made a fair bit of difference to her, so we'll find a nice another little country race for her, and she should be able to win a couple of races, I think. But congratulations there to Greg Perry, who owns her, and he's a big time breeder, Greg, and good to win a race for him. What else have we had? Oh, geez, you know, this time last year, everything we sent round just about won. This time, everything's getting beaten. I reckon we had 8 runners on the weekend. I reckon 5 of them could have won them with any sort of luck. I thought Prince Ziggy was so brave. He was in front before the post and after the post, just wasn't in front right on the post. But for him to be competitive over a mile, probably doing a pretty good job. So he went well. I thought Fortune Rose was probably a really good thing beaten. She moved into the race and just got knocked over up the straight and wasn't beaten far. Humzz just, he got out the back and he ended up coming 15 deep on the corner and flew home, and you just cannot do that at places like Dunkeld. We thought he'd be 3rd or 4th, he ended up being 8th or 9th or something, but even Honeywine, I thought he went good. We just got held up on the corner and was straightened up, you know, last at Dunkeld, and it's only 150 metres straight there, you need to be right on the mark, you know, so they all went okay, but yeah, we only had the one winner, but I thought we might be able to get a couple. Yeah, so this week I got Tavitaka in at Benalla on Friday. Now it's going to be 39 degrees today, so I'll just see how she copes with the hot day. If she's a bit flat in the morning, I won't take her. It's very hard, some of these highly strung fillies, they come off a really stinking hot day, and the next day they can be as flat as a biscuit. So I'll just really see how she is in the morning before we decide what we're going to do with her. I've got Humzz in up at, just threw in a late nomination for Humzz up at Swan Hill in a race called the Lickety Split, which is the benchmark 79.55 or 9.85, whatever it is, over Swan Hill. And there's only a small field, so I might even look at backing him up, although he's deep into his prep, so I don't really want to go and run him too often, too quickly, especially in this hot weather. But if I don't run him there, I might even take him to Sandown on Wednesday. There's a nice little 1,000 metre race there, which might be okay. Also at Sandown Wednesday, I'm going to nominate Fortune Rose. Geez, I thought she was bloody good the other day at Donald, and just got into trouble and didn't sort of get out until very, very late. So there's a nice little race there for her as well. So I might have a couple in at Sandown Wednesday. We might have Humzz in on Sunday, and we might have Tavitaka in on Friday. But they're no good things to run. We sort of had a really busy week last week. I think we had 8 races and 8 trials, so there's probably 16 horses in the next 2 weeks that are going to be ready to race. So pretty busy time next week, I would think.
G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. This week's horse, a horse called Chestorius. He's purchased him from the over in New Zealand, and he's a lovely 2-year-old colt. He's by Tavistock out of a mare called Ormond Road. She won 7 races from 2,000 metre onwards, and yeah, that's certainly the trip that we'll be looking to get him to. He's a lovely natured colt. He does everything you want him to do. He's a funny horse. Everything he's nervous and he's a bit scared and whatever, but he wants to please you and he wants to do everything you want him to do, which I think for a young horse is super important, and he certainly does that. He's pretty raw, and he sort of doesn't know what it's all about yet, but I'm sure once it comes together, he'll be a really promising 3-year-old type for the stable.
Now, back by popular demand after last week's effort, Darby's going to come back and do the tips again this week. So Pete's tips, I hope everybody followed Pete's tips last week. There were a couple of winners there, so that was good. I think Darby's best bet won. And no, Darby, thank you everybody for wanting to donate to Movember for Darby, but he's actually been growing that moustache for 2 years, so it's not a Movember thing. But anyway, here's Darby with this week's tips.
G'day guys, I must have done something right last week because I'm back on the panel, back on the Emsley TV, so it's good to be here. Got the sunnies on today, just thought it's a bit windy, you know, so Ballarat, Cup Day, big Saturday coming up. I've got a best bet, it's Dr. Drill, race 8, number 5. It's drawn barrier 1, Craig Williams on the saddle. Kieran Ma, how good's he going at the moment? Yeah, so it loves the distance. I think it's raced 7 times and won 5 over the distance, so should be hard to beat. All right, I got a value bet. Platinum Angel, race 10 in the last, number 13. It had a tough run at Sandown last week, but I think with back in distance, only carrying 54, Lachlan King on the saddle, yeah, it should be my value bet of the day. So happy punting and good luck all.
That's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you actually want to come on here and be our guest tipster, by all means, just give us a ring. We'll put you on. Surely you can do a better job than Darby. That wouldn't be hard at all. What else? Fairly quiet week this week, I think. But we're really, really busy. As I said, I reckon we could have up to 16 or 18 horses racing the next 2 weeks. So very, very busy right over Christmas period, and plenty of horses there. Trialled a couple of horses on Monday. I thought they trialled up really good. So hopefully they'll sort of step out in the next week or so, and we'll just might target a sort of little Yarra Glen meeting or something next week. Might have a couple go around there, which will be pretty hard to beat, I think. So that's all good. Till next week. See you later.
Yeah, pulling the piss out of Jamie last week. I think he took it a little bit to heart. He wasn't too happy. I think he soaked up all night, actually. He always says when he thinks he's got a good horse, he's just like, yeah, good horse, Jam. Good horse, Jam.
Hey, how Aussie am I, mate? Hey, as Aussie as.